On here they talking about something was here before us, and scientists are terrified. Night science, that's real, man. Earth been here for eons, I think, and it's an organ. I think it's an organ that belongs to God, and it cleanses itself out. All the toxicity and all the toxic stuff, and it's like Revelation, and Genesis, and all that is a chance to renew, to go back, so the earth can replenish itself and heal itself. But we refusing to do that. We're refusing to do that. I'm talking about your energy, how you think, how you feel, how you act, all that. I'm telling you, I had to go back. I keep saying that, I can't stress it enough. Why did the people in the biblical days act so disciplined? Why? They didn't have no reason like we do today. We got a lot of distractions just to somewhat be disciplined. But they didn't have none of that. They could have did all this stuff that we do, overly do, whether with drugs, sex. No, they didn't do none of that. Why? That's a key question. Why? What did they know that we didn't know? That's like, man, that's so important. Why? You know, and like Revelation, I had it figured out. They're like, they filters. When you look at the yin and the yang and the people, like me and my flame, they filters. And they trying to help, you know, Revelation, filter. Rapture, filter. All that, filters. Okay, you got the rapture, you got the filter, you got the option. You just look at rapture, man. You just got to look at it like, I like to look at it like, this is how I like to look at it. Earth is God, one of God's organs. And it's beautiful as a garden. So, or a forest, or both. So, it's gotta cleanse out the toxins. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it if I'm even partially right. Okay? Alright, cool. We got that. Now, it was civilization before the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs ain't the oldest thing that was here. Ain't no way. So, okay. Revelation is crucial. It can give you a chance to reboot it, do right, or that rapture can take place. And we got to really ask ourselves, what is this rapture? We look at the rapture like everybody's going to be raptured up. And no, that could happen. But if you're trying to find one perfect out of everybody, it ain't nothing but copies. It's just copies. Why would God, I mean, it could possibly happen, but why would God take all the copies? So let's say something is a rapture. Let's say it's an ark, and it's rapturing all the humans on earth. Is it rapturing all the humans, or all the good attributes, all the good stuff about the humans? Whether it's internal, whether it's organs, whether it's whatever. It's rapturing all that up. Rapturing all that up. Okay, you rapture all that up. Revelation, boom. Revelation warning. Revelation to me is just a big warning alarm, the trumpet. Warning, 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 warning. Get ready to start up. Get ready to change up. Get your life together. Heal. Heal, 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 heal. Heal your inner child wound. Heal your shadows. Heal, heal, heal. Just heal, heal, heal. You ain't gonna do it. Them ships gonna start. Like I said, I see arcs all above earth right now. Just arcs people can't see. And people are beginning to be binded to them. And I take that to heart right there. And these arcs is rapturing, man. And they taking people's stuff that they rapturing from people to stores. You got cancer being raptured. You got AIDS being raptured. You sick, you got illnesses or somewhat, you being raptured. You know what I'm saying? You being raptured. I guess y'all like, well, this always a bit here. Not on this scale of heaven. Not like it is today. Not like it is today. It's like all over the place right now. Some people hiding it because drugs. Take their drugs away, how they act. And I knew when I heard an auction, I said, auction? A rapture? Auction? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rapture? Auction? Wait a minute. No. Okay, they rapture everything up. They're rapturing everything up. And they're sending it to an auction. They're sending everything to an auction. Then they're taking it to the store. I'm telling y'all get your life together, bro. Line up. I'm telling you, my flame was here when we both got this message at the same time. We were both together. And I swear, she looked at me and said, you think I'm finna stop this instead? Because she got the message before I did. I couldn't even understand it. But she said, she looked at me and she said, you think I'm finna stop this and stop that? And live through this like this, sober? She was like, shitting me? And shit, that's when we went our separate ways. But the story, the information we were getting was so devastating and so real, you knew to clean up your life. And not only to clean up, but to warn the world, bro. There's something going on, man. And me and her just took different approach. No love lost, just different approach. Just took a different road. She went down that road, I went down this road. I'm telling you, man. Yes. I'm just not starting to watch it. Y'all need to go and watch it with me. This earth been here for a long time, so that means revelation and all that's been going on. So what that means, the earth is regurgitating it. So it's an organ, and it belongs to God. You think God gonna just replace His earth? What would you do if it was your organ, and you was God, and you could cleanse your organ out? Would you replace something that's really irreplaceable? Or would you just regurgitate everything that's in the organ that's making it sick? Powerful. This is powerful stuff right here. To me it is. To me it is. This is the kind of conversation I have with God and with myself. I like to try to figure out stuff. And then I just noticed that the earth, and that's what it's saying the earth showing symptoms of what it showed. But they know this. That information, they know this. They're just trying to tell it in a way where we didn't know it, we just finding out. No, they know it. They know it. I heard it. I read it somewhere a long time ago in some studies, bro. They know the earth goes so many years, and then it go through this phase. It's a cleansing phase. And that's how I knew me and my flame was going in separate ways anyway. And it's like, she rapturing folks and I'm rapturing folks. Let's just say that. But a lot of us are doing this. A lot of us out there are floats and don't know. And you're rapturing. And you wanted the selected few, you know, which is a good thing. But bad or good. It's a good thing. Bad or good. And it's like the best parts, the best of everything is on these ships. It's on these ships. I mean, look at this little ritual thing they got going on, these relics that they using on me, on my forest, making it shift dramatically. Amazing. We didn't even know nothing like that exists. Now I just found out, I ain't gonna say nothing about it, I just found out how they make it. I'm never gonna say nothing about it. Oh my God, I never say nothing about it. I think I found, I don't even think the people who own it got it, or maybe they do. I just know when God brought me here in 2018, He said there's an ancient magic been going on in this family for a long time. I'm tired of it, and we finna get rid of it. And you, since you got in that trouble, this is gonna be your way out of trouble with me by just doing this. So everything makes sense. So to y'all, it might be humiliation, but it's not to me, really. I mean, it is humiliation. Whatever that is, that's terrible. Don't do nobody like that. Ain't nobody ever did nothing to you, wrong to you, hurt you or nothing. You don't do people like that. But for me, it's a job for God. And I see why he is so important for that thing to be lifted and getting, done away with. Man, that's amazing, bro. You can do something like that to somebody and just torture them to death and make their life a miserable living hell. What's wrong? Y'all okay out there? But when this heal, I'm going to tell y'all what was wrong with these people for real. But I ain't going to tell y'all right now. It's going to blow y'all mind. Because everything going exactly how God said it was going to go. When this is over, I'm going to tell y'all what happened to these people. That's why I told people when you come in this energy, don't sleep with nobody. But a lot of y'all just went on and did it anyway. I was trying to warn you, but I couldn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my elite dogs. Man, we can't tell you everything. You got to read between the cracks in the carpet and just listen. You got to just listen. You already know. And then it's sad because some of the women that were coming toward me, they tricked you out of the relationship because of that test. And then after they tricked you out of a relationship, got you to have sex, then they told you about the little ritual stuff. Then they told you about the relics. And then they told you about all this stuff. I know it brought you down. I know it brought you down. Because you probably telling yourself, I can't believe nobody would even do that. Yeah, you better know it. You in purgatory. Now, I think it's the energy we in is in purgatory. Because I asked God one time, I said, is that place hell? When I was over here, over in the spiritual realm, and he would bring me back here. I said, what is wrong with that place? Is that place hell? He said, nah, more like purgatory. So I don't know if he was talking about this area or the whole earth, because of the energy that it's in. And when he said purgatory, and then he said rapture, and then he said, I was like, wait a minute, something ain't adding up, man. Like, hold on, wait. Is we all in the rapture or just my situation? And that's what I had to ask myself. And then the only way, I ain't been out of this area in a long time, but let's say I can get out of this area tomorrow and I can travel a few states in 2 weeks. By the time I come back here, I'll be able to tell you if the whole world is in that purgatory energy. Because all I got to do is observe the energy and see how they act and move. Where is God truly at in this energy? That's what we all got to ask ourselves. Can't just look at the church folk. Can't just look at that. Is they moving accordingly? Like back in the day, then you got to reminisce. You mostly going to need an 80 baby for this or somebody older. And then reminisce, and they going to tell you, it wasn't this bad back in the day. It wasn't that many people doing this much wrong. It was almost like half and half, if anything. It wasn't this many people. Like everybody doing something in the dark today, especially for money. Everybody is. Y'all better go watch. I don't know how it's going to be, though. I just watched 2 minutes of it. But before I watch it, I want to say what I want to say right here, right now. I'm telling y'all, I feel like this is an organ. This organ belongs to God. And this earth been here for eons, a long time. And this earth, when they get too full of toxins and poison, God put his vessels here, his arks here, which is people like us, and we take a rapture up. We rapture all the goodies. We like God hard drive. You got all the energy. You got all the information. You got all the information for Earth. You got all this. You got Bruce Lee information. You got Sabian information. You got Tat information. You got Tat Flame information. You got the twin. You got all these people. You got everybody information. You got everybody information. Okay, good. Let's get ready to shut it down. I'm finna cleanse out my liver. Let's say Earth is a liver. I'm finna cleanse out the liver or the stomach. I'm finna clean it out. Regurgitate it. Boom. That's it. Go ask that flame. She'll tell you one time when I was just drawing on paper. She said, why you keep drawing that? I said, I don't know. I keep drawing the same thing over and over. And it's really the same thing on the walls too. I just made it look different. And it's an ocean that was so great it took helicopters out the sky. Go ask her. She'll tell you. I couldn't, because she made me actually finish one of them. And I never finished a drawing. And I finished it as best as I could. And it looked like an ocean so great that it was taking out helicopters out the sky. That would mean the earth is turning, like somebody turning the earth around, bro. That would mean the earth, like somebody You know, when it turned a little bit, it's already dangerous enough, but it's like somebody flipped it. I'm telling y'all, this ain't the time to be looking for human stuff. This is the time. That's why it's so stressful for everybody. Like, what God? What God? What God ain't? I'm gonna tell you. I keep saying this to people, and people not getting it. God don't care about two things that I noticed my father really could care less about: money and time. Most of the stuff that y'all looking for revolves around money. That's what you should be worried about. Well, what God here doing then? That's what you need to worry about. Why did the Euphrates dry out? Why did the chosen one wake up? We got to start asking ourselves real questions. You really think our Father God come here to be on social media? That's how lost we are. Really ain't lost, it's another distraction where the bigger people keeping us in suspense so we won't panic. Which is not, it's not the brightest thing to do, but it ain't dumb neither, you know what I'm saying? Really, that's what it is. All this stuff done took place, and they went in rows. Like the chosen one almost woke up around the exact same time the Euphrates River dried up. So it's like the Euphrates River dried up, boom, chosen one woke up. The energy that came out of the Euphrates River itself could have just been holy oil. So the energy that y'all went down and looked for, what are these monsters at? There was energy. And they went into their vessels. Their vessels was already here living in the physical. Their vessels been rumbling. Their vessels, it's a vessel for each one of them energies that y'all was looking for in the Euphrates River that's born every generation. So it was already vessels here. It's vessels for everybody in the biblical days. Y'all better wake up, man. We all better try harder. And if you can get with a lover, a real lover, you better get with them and enjoy that little time. I mean, enjoy yourself and elevate with God together and let the rest of it go. My grandpa told me about days like this, and he said he was like, it's trauma. He said it's like an emergency for the world. And he said people had to grow their own garden, like people had to shift gears like dramatically. And they had to grow their own garden and create their own, get their own size for their food. And they had, the stores only sold meat because the stores became too overproduced. And people was going to the stores too much. And they couldn't produce enough. And it wasn't GMO back then. And it was life-threatening to the world. And it wasn't just about food. It was other stuff going on. And I think the government in them times just kept it under the radar enough to where they made the people shift to do right by themselves and stop doing so much evil. And because it's like the energy matters. Like, let's just be real with it. You go to church, you got the image, you got the looks, but you sleeping around and you doing this. Well, you ain't right. Let's just be real about it. You ain't right. You're a sinner. All that energy matters. That sinner, that's when you put pause, you drink too much and you do too much drugs, you do too much bad for what? Go to your liver. Your liver go dormant. Your liver go dormant and make you sick. And for God let the earth shut itself down, these filters come in, and release this pressure. So you still think you giving this evil to the world, but really at this moment you being raptured. And the earth had already started its rehabilitation process. And right now we are actually probably really moving really through Revelation and on to the rapture.